Welcome back. I'm glad you're tuned in. And so we get spotty when Adel Amruchi, the troubled channel. I'm sorry I didn't actually introduce my analyst joining me on set.
It's okay.
Welcome, Inonda.
Thank you, Michael. Yes.
Yes, so we are going to catch up with sport, and we've got a lot going up. If I would run the story now, where Adel Amruchi, Adel Amruchi's troubled tenure as Harambee Stars coach came to a screeching halt on Sunday evening after the national team was knocked out of the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers by tiny Lesotho. The team's technical bench has been disbanded disbanded moments after the match had ended scoreless at the Nyayo Stadium in Kenya. As Kenya exited actually the campaign on a nil one aggregate lost.
Yeah.
For Amruchi's, the writing had been on the wall through and always has been the matter of when the doors would be slammed on the 46-year-old Algeria-born Belgian. The already serving 1-year ban on the CAF. The event on Sunday evening only served as a last straw at the broke Canley's back. And in other stories, now moving to rugby, the National Sevens Circuit champion KCB on Sunday thrashed Queens 24-0 to lift the Kabeberi Sevens at the Nairobi Railway Club. The KCB dominated the start to the finish of the race in a 7-0 leading courtesy of international Oliver Mungeni's cross over that was converted by Jacob Oje. Ken Moseti's trickery. So, wow, what's wrong with me today? I think I need coffee. Tom Ojeri's trickery. So the ghost past Queens defend to score the second try of the game at the champion went 12-0 up the break. At the restart as a resolute KCB pinned back Queens up their own half, showed their dominance. Mungeni, who was voted tournament's most valuable player, scored a second try on the game at the KCB's third after being put through by Oje. Oje converted to finish the compliment. That was on rugby. And now moving to international news, Manchester City will pay all of Frank Lambert's wages during the loan spell that was at the club, amid the suggestion that while using the deal to bypass UEFA's financial fair play regulation, Lampard, who is 36, has signed on a free for New York City last month, who he was a part of. Who he partly owned
by
Manchester City. On the MLS season, not starting until March, will be spent in the next 6 months at the City. Arsenal's boss Arsene Wenger questioned whether the move was designed to get around the FFP rules, which the Manchester City failed to meet last season. Lampard left Chelsea in summer after his contract expired, and it is understood that City will pay the entire salary while he is with them, and the New York City will take responsibility thereafter. The midfielder, will become one of the minimum 5 home ground players the City needed in their 21-man Champions League squad to comply with FFP.
Actually, FFP is the FIFA Fair Play.
Yes, the FIFA Fair Play. It's only that word was so long, so I decided to abbreviate it. Okay. But then I said it before. Okay. Inonda, if you can just catch up with with what has been happening in the sport. Harambee Stars, Adel Amruchi.
Okay, Adel Amruchi actually is troubled. Remember, he's banned from football, actually attending the matches for 1 year. Maybe it said that he misbehaved. He was banned by CAF to attend the matches for 1 year. Now the trouble actually, you understand, now that Harambee Stars are out of the CAF 2015 qualifiers, they were beaten by 1-0 by Lesotho.
It was really sad.
Yeah, actually, the 1-0 was at Lesotho, first leg. Then the second leg at Nyayo National Stadium, we saw actually the fans were full to the beam.
We actually expected a 2-0 win for them to qualify.
Even more than 2, because we had the international, like Oliech played 90 minutes, we had Mariga, we had Wanyama.
We had everybody.
Everybody, actually. And then I don't know where the problem is, but Amruche, we can't blame him so much because he was not in the field. His assistant, actually, former Leopards boss, Jacob Nandwa, was there. So he was supposed to plan the team very well. Unfortunately, they drew 0-0. This means that they are out. So Amruche actually is a good coach. All I can say that he needs to be given more time because right now he's the one who is behind the Kenya's progressive in the FIFA list. Now we are at position 94. It's been long, more than 6 years now.
Yeah. We ran that story earlier. And it is
earlier
surprising because we expected Kenya to perform well with all the support that it's getting.
Exactly. So it's Amruch's effort that Kenya is there. So he needs more time to actually to coach the stars. Yeah. I think the problem with the national team, in fact, the other day it was disbanded. We saw Sam Nyamoya say the team has been disbanded, so he's going to recruit more players, new players. I don't think it's a good move because we can't just disband the whole team. He will also cause attention from FIFA. FIFA might also ban the national team now, which is not good.
I think all you need is just teamwork and good coordination because we have really good players, mentioning people like Oliech, Mariga.
Exactly.
We've got really good Wanyama.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got really good players in our Kenyan team. The reason why we do not perform well, let's just say it's a story for another day. We can kick off with rugby, a hint of what has been happening in rugby.
Rugby, actually I attended the match, all the matches at the Luna Park there.
I'm so jealous.
I wish you went there. There was alcohol was sold there. No, I don't take alcohol with me.
Were they on Mutudo times?
Actually, Kidero had banned the alcohol there. But
yeah, it was.
Later,
it was.
People saying he unbanned. Yeah, the rugby was cool. I saw how the Nondis were fighting the Strathmore, the KCB were there. Actually, you need a lot of energy. I don't know if you can perform well with rugby, you yourself. Can you do
in rugby? I played winger for Form 1 and Form 2. Then I got injury.
So
then I never played again.
You can't play rugby.
Right now I can play. I'm totally unfit.
Yeah.
I'll be tackled once, and then the grass ban and the injuries will just be chaotic.
Yeah. Actually, it was nice. There were no chaos. The best one, the worst, not the worst.
The
runners-up lost. Yeah. Actually, that was
it must have been very exciting because I remember watching it from the house because I didn't want to leave. I deserved a good rest. I deserved a really good rest. But then it was maturer than Masaku.
It was maturer than Masaku. Actually, we didn't have cases of Masaku being reported at the Kabeberi Sevens.
Kabeberi Sevens.
Yeah.
And now, and Man City decides now it is going to pay Frank Lampard all his wages. What's with that?
Actually, Man City is another trouble team because it was actually being sanctioned by FIFA, fair play, regarding the Champions League. So if you overspend or underspend or go against how you're supposed to spend in the FIFA Champions League, then you are sanctioned. So paying Frank Lampard always wages, I think it's good. Actually, it's justice. And then they are actually complying with the rules that are put there by FIFA. So paying Frank Lampard is good. They need to pay him. Now that actually he's a good midfielder. He's from Chelsea, now he's at New York. And the club that is playing now is signed for free. It partners with the Manchester City. So it's somehow related to the Manchester City. Though Man City is from England, that one's from New York. Yeah, so paying Frankie his wages, it's good. It's a good move, yeah. That's all I can say about
the Frankie.
And
Arsene Wenger seems to be doubting and questioning the move. Could there be any information?
You know, Arsene Wenger will always be complaining. You saw the other time when Chelsea sold Mata to Manchester United.
Arsenal fans are going to kill us.
No, it's true, by the way. The other day when Chelsea sold Juan Mata to Manchester United, actually Wenger cried, almost cried, saying that you've sold him to an opponent. Why didn't you sell before playing with him? So
He did not cry. I think I think what you in there, it's calling for a war,
You know,
and so I'm
okay.
ending this war now.
Okay, but all you need to know, Wenger is always complaining. But now he has all the squad, so you don't need to complain.
Yes. That was all for sports. We take a breather, but when we come back, remember you're watching Arise Africa, and when we come back, we meet our guest for the day. So stay tuned.